everyone, and welcome to the Massillon Public Library's Bookmarked Adventures. This week we're going to be talking about traditions and Christmas. So I am Bridget, and with me today I have Rana.
Hi.
And one of the reasons I asked Rana to be here with me today is because with talking about traditions, she was actually my children's librarian when I was in elementary school. And from that point, I kind of always wanted to be a librarian. And now that I'm becoming a children's programmer, I'm also getting to learn from her. So I figured what better way to talk about traditions than somebody who's getting to teach me. So she's got a craft book that she would like to share with you.
I do. And I think this fits in nicely with traditions. This is a Usborne book, big book of Christmas things to make and do. And they have all kinds of things in here. And this is only one of many, many Christmas craft books that we have. This one, you actually take a potato and cut it, and then you can make little penguins out of it. That's kind of cute. And here's one that you paint your child's hand, and you can make an angel. It
That's
sounds
adorable.
messy, but it's not if you just keep everything kind of in one space and wash hands immediately. This one is a potato again, but you could use your thumb and your little pinky fingers too, which I think is really cute. And then you just draw antlers and stuff to make a reindeer. They actually have cooking in here too, but this is cute. This is present wrapping. Gives you some different ideas, and if you have kids that like to do that kind of thing, tell them, just have at it. And then this is the cooking part here. Let's see. This is an old time, a traditional recipe for mince, and they made them in shapes of stars and hearts, but you can make these anyway. And this is from when I was young. We had these kind of mints that we would make. And this one shows you how to put candy in the center of a cookie and melt it down, and it makes like a stained glass window effect. And then this one is a nice recipe for gingerbread hearts. So, if you don't have some of those recipes and you've been looking for them, this would be a good place to find them. So I hope you enjoy making things with your children.
I was going to say, my family does a tradition every year where we actually do homemade gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom will go through, and last year she took a tomato cage and an old Christmas tree, and she turned it into a gnome. And I have noticed over the past couple years, gnomes have been a really big thing lately. And so I started trying to go through and see what actually started this tradition. And it's actually a Scandinavian tradition where in Denmark and Sweden and places like that, Norway, they go through and they leave out rice pudding for a nisse. And the nisse is what we would actually call a gnome. So it's a little domestic spirit that goes through and it takes care of your house, your garden, kind of watches over you. And their saying goes, if you take care of your nesse will take care of you. And if you don't, if you forget about him, then he will play tricks on you all year long. So with that, I ended up finding this book, Winter Frost. And it says, Christmas has come, and with it a sparkling white winter frost. And Bettina's parents are called away unexpectedly, leaving her in charge of the house, the farm, and baby Pia. Bettina neglects to set out the traditional bowl of Christmas rice pudding for the tiny nesse. No one besides her grandfather ever believed the nesse was real, so what harm could there be in forgetting this silly custom? But when baby Pia disappears, the magic of the nesse makes itself known. To find her sister and set things right, Bettina must venture into the miniature world of these unusually helpful and sometimes mischievous folks. So this is a great book that I highly recommend to people. It's a magical story for this time of year, but it's also one that you can read pretty much all winter long. It does start out with a Christmas story, but at the same time, it's more winter and snow related, talking about how the winter fog will come in and set and turn the whole world magical, of just covering everything in just a thin little layer, and that's how the flocking on trees started too. of just that thin little layer of ice on everything is actually a winter frost. So if you want to pick up this book, it is available on Overdrive. You can also reserve a copy by going to our website or coming into the library and asking one of us. We would be more than willing to help you with that. A couple other gnome books, if you are interested, is we have Game of Gnomes. That is a picture book, takes about 5 minutes to read, super fun story for all of the kids. And I Am a Gnome. So in I Am a Gnome, it goes through fairies, trolls, all of that kind of thing, and he's explaining to you exactly what he is and where he comes from and all of that. Very cute story. So from the Massillon Public Library, we really hope that you have a great holiday season, and we'll see you next time.